49ers, Levi State. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell. Out right to Smith and Jigba. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Now he'll try to run with this. And right away he lost the football. One of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
So no advantage in this game for either quarterback in terms of coming off that open week, huh?
Yeah, they both had buys.
Both had them, so you got to figure both of them went back, watched some extra tape, polished up their game, checked out their fundamentals, but they also both had an extra week to prepare for each other's defense.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Aviators use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. To the 43, second down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 45-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Back to throw. Russell. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Throwing on first down. Russell, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled.
And now off to the races down the right side. Still fighting. 73 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Russell forced out to his left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate one fumble, too. And shutting him off that open field. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Off the play fake. Russell, they'll roll him out right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off play action. Russell, he'll buy some time right. And he's got it. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Aviators take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Ball again on 2nd down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 83 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll run with Hall. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back to throw. Russell. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Yeah, their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. On first down, Russell. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not that. Huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Come on, let's go. Let's dominate this.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Russell. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, my education continues in this game. I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I get halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
Do you want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Off the play fake, Russell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Russell dancing to his left. This is taken in by McBride. Touchdown! Trey McBride. Yards. And the Aviators have taken a 5-touchdown lead. McPherson on for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 104 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Hall again on 2nd down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Breaks through the contact. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the touchdown. That'll go down as a 92-yard punt return score. And the Aviators are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, the old rules about not fielding punts inside your own 10, those things are way out the window, aren't they?
Yeah, they say put your heels on the 10-yard line, but when you return it, maybe your coach doesn't say anything to you, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of special teams coach, if they've got a special guy, they'll say, yeah, okay, you can go to the 8. But this one, he really had some guts.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Russell. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Russell. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw on 2nd down. Russell. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. But down this big, we know that they need touchdowns instead of field goals, but now it's add insult to injury because they can't even get the 3, Charles, on the excellent block there by the special teams.
And it certainly felt to me like the special teams consider themselves an extension of the defense, which has played well for them. They have a nice cushion. They didn't want to allow any points, any opportunity to cut into their lead. A big-time play by those guys on that side of the ball.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Shedding the tackle. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
His run. An extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Off play action. Russell out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
That is caught. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Russell being chased out left. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Russell. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to...
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And 22 more yards there and another first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back to throw. Russell. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Again, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get it. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw on 3rd down, Russell. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense,